All right.
Okay, I think if that worked, we've gone live. um, okay, so
new technology.
yay. Okay, for those that don't know me, my name is Christian. I'm part of the Scale for Retail team. We organize live events for Amazon e-commerce sellers in London, and we follow a simple model. Build a community of amazing business owners and bring in world-class speakers that we can all learn from. If you're not joined the community yet, then check out the group on Facebook and see what you've been missing out on. It's facebook.com/groups/scale for retail. Now, we're delighted to be joined in April by one of the world's leading speakers on chatbots. Personally, I'm very excited that we can be joined by Michelle Barnum-Smith. She's not only worked with e-commerce and Amazon sellers, but she's got real results for them. And so I'm very excited to hear how she can help us to grow our own Amazon and e-commerce businesses as well. Michelle's going to be with us for 3 days in April. We've got an evening event at Amazon headquarters, a full-day workshop where all attendees will leave with a fully working chatbot system, and a third day where you can book a one-to-one consultancy session with Michelle. So Michelle, thank you for taking your time to make the call. I know you've been busy recently moving house.
And like fried, that's why.
That's all good. Can you tell us a bit more about your background and how you became recognized as the International Chatbot Queen?
You guys actually named me that. So I'm actually thrilled to be the queen there in the UK for a short period of time, right? So I've actually been doing marketing for almost 20 years, and when I saw chatbots in early 2017, I got on it immediately because I knew as a marketing platform that it was going to be a huge opportunity for people to essentially shorten the sales cycle, and especially for e-commerce, to not just send traffic kind of blindly to an e-commerce location or an Amazon store, but to really be able to build a communication list and have that higher level of engagement than you can get on email, and these days on Facebook and Instagram, just normal kind of pages and newsfeed, because Facebook's always killing that algorithm. So the kind of engagement numbers that I saw with Messenger, I just knew it was going to be just a huge opportunity for any kind of brand who wants to build a marketing channel and reach customers. And so I started early on with Messenger, even when ManyChat, which is my platform of choice, was kind of in beta, and started using that early on, and then started working with Amazon sellers a little bit later that year. And we're going to talk about in our evening event, we're actually going to showcase some case studies from one of my very first clients, Michelle Benton and her brand, and be able to talk about the results that she's seen by using ManyChat and our bots for her Amazon business.
Okay, that sounds great. I mean, in terms of chatbots, can you summarize how chatbots differ from traditional methods like email? I mean, what do you see specifically about chatbots can do differently?
Chatbots, what it really comes down to is it's interactive. You know, you can have a conversation with somebody, or appear to have a conversation with somebody about like any number of topics. And to be fair, chatbots are essentially automated communication. That's really what it comes down to, is their automated communication. You kind of set them up to do any number of functions. Early on in kind of the chatbot existence, they were for customer service purposes, you know, and trying to answer frequently asked questions or frequently queried questions, you know, those kinds of things. And then it kind of transitioned into being a marketing platform. And especially when Facebook and its Messenger, it opened its Messenger platform up for these kind of chatbots. I mean, chatbots outside of Messenger existed for a long time in the form of, you know, on-page intercom or customer support chats. But as like a marketing tool, it was just kind of brand new just recently. So hold on one second. Let's pause while my children knock on my door. Hold on.
Let's just, while Michelle goes to deal with that, that's fine. Let's see if I can manage this new system for the chat box, for the chat.
what happens when mom goes live. The nanny disappears and the children start paying for.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Obviously, Michelle's in America and I'm in the UK. I tried to get my kids into bed and like
we're going and asking for snacks, you know. So Netflix isn't babysitting them.
I could hear mine running around a bit earlier. It's like,
right.
Try to be quiet.
This is the beauty. This is why we do what we do.
Exactly.
Is because when I did corporate marketing and I worked for like the Fortune 100, like heaven forbid my children even existed, you know, versus like be able to interrupt whatever I'm doing in that moment. So this is why I do what I do. Obviously, so I can be with and near my family, but also so I can serve others on my term, which I'm sure all of you do as well. You want
exactly, and I think it's a big thing for me, and a big thing from a lot of e-commerce sellers is, you know, that chance to fit your family around everything else, and it works seamlessly most of the time.
Exactly. All right, so I can't remember where my rant got interrupted, but we can move on.
That's all good. I guess maybe we should go back with kind of, if you had to summarize for that one sentence, why an e-commerce or Amazon business owner should be interested or care about chatbots, what would you say to them?
Traffic. It really comes down to traffic, and especially for Amazon sellers to be able to have and control your own traffic source when it comes to building your brand on or off Amazon in the future. If you can have your own traffic source, people who are interested in your products, interested in your brand, then you win. You are that much closer to being able to sell directly to a consumer.
Perfect. And in setting up chatbots, I mean, it's called a bot. It's called a chatbot. Do you need to be very technical or geeky to be able to do this and set these things up?
No, absolutely not. I would never have gotten into it if that was the case. Because at my core, I'm a marketing strategist. And so I see like people's problems and I'm trying to figure out how to solve them. And so with Messenger, one of the big reasons that I love ManyChat specifically is that it's a platform that's built for marketers. It's built, it's evolved and progressed to being a platform for, marketing professionals who want to build bots for other companies and things like that. But it's not built for developers. And that's why I chose the platform, because some chatbot platforms are really kind of scary. You get into them and you're like, I don't think I have the right degree to do this. But with ManyChat, it's really simple and easy to use. And if you come to the workshop, I've got all my templates for you, which makes it even easier because I've done even the setup for you so that all you have to do is install those templates and get going on them.
Sounds
even
perfect.
Easier.
I mean, I said the one thing, I'm not that experienced chatbots, but the one thing I found was that it's because every message is very short, it's actually in some ways a lot easier even than sending email, because each thing you're sending is one or two sentences, and then you just put them together into a natural flow, and just thinking a bit about your customers, and it's much easier than I thought it would be before I started.
Yeah, because you're mimicking conversations. So you think about it, an email is kind of like sending a flyer or like, a billboard where it's like, people can't interact with that, they can hit reply, but really there's no way to really interact with the message. And with email, and I've written plenty of emails in my time, and former digital marketing funnels that required like sending out like 40 emails to be able to like, have people go through it. And it was just such a pain in the butt. It was so hard to get going. And it was so kind of like tedious for just the recipients to kind of receive and go through. With chatbots, they're so flexible, and you can misspell things. You can use like shortening, like JK or LOL or all those things. You can have GIFs or GIFs, however you want to call those. You can have really short videos. You can have sound files. There's lots of different ways to make it an interactive experience and fun. And really what it comes down to, I really like the fun aspect of it because it makes it kind of a gamified experience as well.
Yeah. Okay, and that sounds great. Let me think. So the first event we got is the 9th of April at Amazon headquarters. We've got an evening event where you'll be speaking. Can you give us a little overview of what the audience will learn from that event?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to lead with a case study from one of my dear clients, Michelle Benton, and just kind of some demonstrations on how she's she has used bots over the last few years with me to get results over and over again for her brands. And we're talking about consistently ranking, consistent product launches. And what that has been able to do is help her in her planning and in knowing like, hey, we have this new product launch coming up. This is what we need to do beforehand to get it ramped up. And then this is what we can expect from those results. We've even done product research and doing like keyword research with her brand and just sending a quick message out to her audience to see, hey, this product we're launching in both the US and the UK. Well, what are the keyword terms that people would type into the search bar to be able to find that product on Amazon? And to be able to have like for that one, we got over 700 results in 15 minutes. It was free. She didn't have to pay for those results. People were excited, and it kind of acted as like a pre-launch because it wasn't for sale yet. And so people were just like, oh my gosh, when can I get it? When can I get it? And she absolutely killed it on that campaign, was able to rank her product in like minutes. just her audience, just her traffic source, people who are passionate and excited to hear from her about her product. So that's just, I don't even think she's going to talk about that case study. That's a case study, but she's definitely used it to do product research as well as obviously launch her products and get reviews as well.
I think that kind of connecting to customers, launching and ranking is a hot topic consistently forever for all Amazon sellers in particular, and of course getting sales is something that everyone needs. Yeah. So what sort of level would you say the evening session is aimed at? Is it at beginners or just experienced people? Or
I wouldn't say it's introductory. I've had people who have watched my webinar who are experts in using ManyChat and bots in general, who are completely blown away by the content, who are just like, I can't believe you're just giving people this content. Like charging for this webinar, you should charging for this content, because I just give it to you. I give it to you in every way. But I've had tons of beginners who have watched the content and been like, okay, I get it. I see how it's possible to use these, and I see how easy it is to get started. Like, so it really does fit people at wherever they're at. So if sellers want to come and learn the content for themselves, or they want to send a team member to get hands-on with the content, it really works for all the people involved.
Perfect. I mean, just one thing to people who've not been to these events before at Amazon, every time we've been at Amazon, we've had more than 100 people. Sometimes we get up to 200 people. So it's not only the content itself, but there's a massive opportunity there to network with other people in the same boat as you are. So personally, I would go just for the networking, if nothing else. But the fact we have speakers like you coming just makes it so it's
get out of the cave and go like meet people. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you just need that to know that you're not alone, because we as entrepreneurs, it's such a grind sometimes. It's so hard, and you feel like you're always screwing up, or you don't have somebody to like share your successes with or bounce ideas off of. It's so important to have a network that you can connect with and go eat some great food with, and connect. Get out of the house.
Exactly, and it's something we're trying to do slightly more of, because we're trying to get, and it's something happening every month this year, so it's trying to build that community a bit more. So we're doing what we can. We're growing the group.
Yeah, I need to build one of those out here in the US so I can go to
them. Next year, 2020. In the let me see. So that's the event on the 9th. On the 10th, we have an all-day workshop. We've called this From Zero to Robo Hero. So the idea is that everyone who attends will leave the room, leave the session with a fully working chatbot system. Yeah. What do they need to have before they come to the event for them to be able to leave?
So there's only really 3 things that you need. You need a Facebook business page. Mm-hmm. So you need to have not just a regular, your personal Facebook page, but you need to have a Facebook business page, and that just takes seconds to set up. It's not a big deal. And then you need a ManyChat Pro account. And a ManyChat account starts free, but a pro account has like the additional features that are going to be built into my templates that I want you to be able to take advantage of. And ManyChat Pro starts at $10 a month. So there's really not a reason, it's not cost prohibitive to get started.
Okay, so it was a Facebook account, ManyChat Pro.
And the third thing you need to do is have a download of your of your Amazon orders. So any kind of customer data for however long back that you can go, whether that's 90 days, 180 days, but basically a sales history with somebody's first name, last name, and their location. We don't need their Amazon email address because it's a waste, but essentially what we're going to be trying to do is just set up a Facebook lookalike audience for you. And if you already know how to do that, then, or you use a service like Managed by Stats or Six Leafs Bridge technology, or I think like Zon Tools has like a connector as well that can connect your Amazon order data with Facebook and creating either retargeting lists or lookalike audiences. But don't even worry if that kind of scares you or intimidates you. All I need is like a download, like an Excel file or a CSV file of your Amazon orders. And the bigger that list, the better, because it's going to be trying to create like match, and it's not 100% match. It's like a 30% match. So we want as much customer data as possible to kind of put on Facebook.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and so when they come, they just bring the customer list, their laptop, anything else people need to bring with them?
That's it for now. If there's anything else, I will let you guys know. But that's the main thing. That's the main bit. Because we don't want a bunch of people accessing Seller Central inside of Amazon HQ because they might like lock us down or something.
Yeah, and actually, that's one thing I'd say to people. Although it will be possible to download your data during the event, it's better if you can download it before, so you won't have to log into Amazon at the same time as everybody else in the room. Because it's usually better not to try and log in on the same Wi-Fi as other sellers at big events.
All these steps, they take seconds to set up. So even if you come to the night event and then at the last minute decide to join us on the next day's event, you can either do those steps the night before, or we can talk through them really quick before we get started.
And I think I covered this already, but so people coming to the workshop, even the workshop, they don't need to be very technical, right? It's just come along, follow your presentation, follow along on the laptop, and magic will happen.
I've literally trained people who have like zero experience with Facebook ads, Facebook in general, any kind of marketing, and we're able to get them up and running and comfortable very quickly. So don't you worry.
Okay, and during the workshop, what kind of things will be setting up? So it's the audience from the customers, it's chatbot flows, and can you talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, so we're setting up at least 2 main flows. So I might have a secret flow that I'll be releasing that Michelle and I might be talking about in the case study the night before. And if we do, then I will have that as a template for you there at the event. It's kind of like a secret bonus, but I guess it's not so secret, but I haven't told you what it is. But we'll have like one subscriber campaign for you, so you can start to build your list and have a campaign that you can run over and over again anytime you need new subscribers, need or want new subscribers. And then we'll also have a flow for you to set up for product inserts so that you can be capturing your Amazon customers and start the process of converting them into your subscribers. And is built into that is a review follow-up sequence as well. So nothing outside of terms of service, everything's just all above board, but you'll have a subscriber campaign and at least one review campaign set up and built before you leave that day.
Okay, sounds good.
Great.
Okay, then so the people coming to the workshop again, do they need to be of a certain level, or do you think this is have a wide application to a wider range of sellers?
Beginners will learn a lot, as well as intermediate or advanced users. Everybody, there's something for everybody there at whatever level that they're at.
Okay.
I will say though, that people have very specific questions about either their flows or campaigns that I can recommend for their brand, then I recommend you set up a one-on-one with me. You can absolutely come to the workshop, but if you want my eyes specifically on your brand and you don't want to talk about that brand or your products publicly, which I know you all care so much about, then be sure to set up a one-on-one time where I can look at your brand specifically and give you advice.
Right. And do people think about coming to the workshop or just to the evening? Do you think there's value in coming to both sessions instead of just the one?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the networking opportunity with other Amazon sellers can be huge, but you'll also learn and see like kind of a breadth of use that I'll be talking about in in my portion, as well as the case study that that we'll be sharing with Michelle and her experience. I think it's also always a powerful experience for other sellers to learn from other sellers and see how they're using the platform and using chatbots specifically. So come the networking night and get that great information, and then actually use it and make it applicable. Don't just like think about it and be like, oh, that's something that I should do eventually. Because here's the thing, is that chatbots are not going away anytime soon. In fact, in the next 6 months, ManyChat is releasing the ability to run ads in WhatsApp. So being able to build chatbots for WhatsApp as well. And so Messenger is a great way to get started and to start to test and build and create that audience. And then when WhatsApp is open in the next few months, that's going to be even a bigger opportunity. So now is the time to get on top of it and start to learn this really powerful traffic source, so that when these other access points are available, WhatsApp later in just a few months, and then Instagram chatbots next year. It's going to be massive opportunity.
Big changes.
Yeah.
I guess one of the questions, we had a question from Adam on the Scale for Retail post. He was asking if you could briefly talk about some of the different ways that chatbots can be used, or will you be covering this in maybe the evening or the workshop?
I will definitely be covering this in the evening event, but the way that you can use chatbots, it's infinitely flexible. And like I said early, the original application or use for chatbots was customer service. So answering people's questions and providing just good brand experience if people are having issues with your product. I always think that that's an important use for chatbots. Like if somebody comes to your Facebook page, or they try to message you, that you make it a simple and easy way to resolve people's questions or concerns. But obviously the marketing side is a massive opportunity, because that's where you can build your own subscriber base, your own audience, and start to build up people's interest in your products. And then once they're subscribed, there's infinite number of ways that you can market to them. Whether that's a ranking campaign, whether you're trying to reach your Amazon customers and harvest reviews, or if you have just a straight up revenue campaign where you're wanting to start driving traffic from maybe your Amazon listing to an e-commerce destination like your Shopify site. And coming soon inside of Messenger, we won't even need websites anymore, because it's all the buying can happen directly inside of Messenger. That's definitely kind of later this year type of functionality, but it's coming, and it's coming fast. So there's lots of different things that can be done with chatbots, but really what it comes down to, it's automated communication. So any kind of communication that people want to have with you, there's aspects of it that can and should be automated, and there's other aspects that obviously should be live. But there's lots of different ways, and where my expertise is for Amazon sellers. I don't build chatbots for used car lots or hair salons or those kinds of things. It's all Amazon sellers all day long. Is who I build it for. So I know the things that you guys care about, and I build bots specifically for you to be able to use.
That's great. I personally am very excited to learn from you in a couple of weeks' time. So I hope the audience is also excited. Thank you very much, as I said, for joining us this evening and for your time. As I said, Michelle's just moved house, so it's a bit hectic in her life. So
my brain is fried. My children are running loose.
You can go and rescue if you want. I'm going to summarize for the viewers what's coming up. So just to recap, on the 9th of April from 6 p.m. At Amazon headquarters in Shoreditch, we've got the first event, which is called Why Chatbots Rock, how to use chatbots to scale your business. So as well as learning from Michelle and the case studies which Michelle will be talking about and the different ways that chatbots can be used. It's a sociable event. We'll have, I expect, many more than 100 people there, 100 e-commerce sellers, Amazon sellers, which you can socialize with, get to know, make some friends. There's plenty of time for chatting and networking with the community members, with the Scale for Retail organizers, Michelle herself, as well as some Amazon staff and some sponsors. It's suitable for all levels of sellers, and we hope that you can join us. On the 10th of April, from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., we've got the workshop, which we called From Zero to Robo Hero. Every attendee will leave the session with fully operational chatbot system, an advertising system to feed people into that chatbot flow as well. So if you're serious about growing your e-commerce business, then I hope you can join us for that. I think we've already sold all the early bird tickets, but there's still spaces left, but don't leave it too long before buying a ticket. And on the 11th of April, I think we have 3 time slots still available for private consultations with Michelle. So again, if you're interested in that, and if you have specific questions about chatbots or your own experience with chatbots that you'd like to ask Michelle about, then please book one of those slots while they're still available. To book your tickets, scaleoffretail.com/events. I'll post a link below. And thanks again to Michelle for taking the time out to be interviewed and for joining us today.
Thanks so much
Thanks
for having me. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Okay, take care.
Take care.